It's the final games of Week 1 in Athletes Unlimited softball. The hit parade continued on day 2, but the defense played an equally important role as well, as leather was flashed and rallies were stymied. New faces made their presence known and voices heard by earning MVP points in each game as well. Every moment counts, so don't miss one. The brilliance is unlimited. Sunday is fun day with Athletes Unlimited. It's the last chance to move up that leaderboard. We've got 2 games coming your way from Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont, Illinois. It's Team Zerkle taking on Team Eberle, and what a weekend it has been for Carrie Eberle, leading her team and leading the leaderboard with 392 points through 2 games played. That is a whoppingly high number. So a great start for everyone on Team Eberle. If your team's winning, man, you're doing just fine. We've got 60 of the best softball players in the world, and we're keeping track of everything that's happening with an innovative scoring system. Every week we identify the top 4 point leaders. They're named the captains for next week, and they get to draft their team on Monday, which is tomorrow. So today's action is vital. Glad to have you with us with my partner, Madison Shipman. I am Eric Collins, and the Week 1 of this Athletes Unlimited season has gone swimmingly. We've had 4 games, all of them closely contested. 4 games decided by a grand total of 5 runs.
We love to see all these close games. It's been absolutely fantastic so far, but this is day 3 of Week 1, and you know that all these athletes are going to lay it all out on the line to climb up that leaderboard. And speaking of laying it all out on the line, Kelsey Harshman last night was phenomenal. She has one of the sweetest swings you're going to see here at Athletes Unlimited. This is a 3-2 count, a changeup. She drives it back up the middle for an RBI single. Then she tacked on an additional 2 hits. She was spraying the ball all over the field, but that wasn't the only thing she was doing. She was playing fantastic defense. This is a double play, diving up the middle, tags second base, and then runs all the way out into right field to make that fantastic catch. Team Zerkle today coming into this ball game looking to get their 2nd win on the weekend, and they are led by their team captain, Morgan Zirkle. And with this league, you have a bunch of different ways that you can earn points. You can see her day yesterday, 2 singles, that's good for 20 points. Sac fly, that's good for 10, and a stolen base, good for an additional 10 points.
These are how you get those points. The biggest thing you can do, of course, every single game is to win the game. You get 50 points. Everyone on the roster of the winning team gets that 50. You win an inning, you get 10 points, and so every inning counts individually. Singles, 10 points, doubles, 20, so on and so forth. Pitchers get 4 points for every out, a negative 10 for every earned run allowed, and a big chunk of points are handed out for being the MVPs. 1, 2, and 3. They all pay out differently. All right, 3rd member of our crew is Key Michael. Key, where are you and what's going on?
Where am I? That's such a great question. I'm in the chair chat. Where else would I be? I'm getting you guys at home as close to as possible to the field, to the action. I'm going to be chatting with some sisters, with some aunts, some family members, maybe some players. Who knows? So stay tuned. Use hashtag KeyChem if you have questions, and I'll answer them for you.
Fantastic stuff. All right, it has been I couldn't ask for a better start to this weekend. We have had phenomenal weather. We've had phenomenal play. Everything has worked smoothly. And maybe because of Haley Wagner, everything working so smoothly. She is one of the original members of Athletes Unlimited 3 years ago. And just like everything with Athletes Unlimited, she has been a part of something really special this entire weekend.
Well, and she's been great so far here in this season. You're going to see her coming from the left side with that curveball, rise ball combination on her pitches. So a lot of upspin. She likes to work it up in the zone, but she's also got a fantastic changeup that she's going to bring in there. She can pull the string in any count, and that's a pitch that she has a lot of confidence in.
Haley Wagner currently 11th on that leaderboard. She will face Megan Wiggins to begin our ball game. This is Team Zerkle's lineup card. Wiggins followed by the captain Morgan Zerkle, Sydney Romero, Savannah Jaquish, Muli Pola, Garcia, Lily Piper, Courtney Gaino, and Andrea Filler rounding out the 9. Team Zerkle, they beat Team Ocasio on Friday. They lost against Team Chittister yesterday. Team Eberle 2-0 on the weekend. All smiles from Megan Wiggins. Now she's got the game face on. Wiggins 2 for 7 so far on her weekend with a double. 2 veterans from professional softball squaring off to begin our ball game. Wagner with 8 years experience as a pro. And Wiggins with 12 as a pro. We haven't even had one concern about a raindrop over this weekend here in Rosemont, Illinois. Weather has been in the low 80s all weekend long. Sunny skies.
You know, you were talking about the weather back on Friday. I'm a bit of a superstitious person, so I don't like to talk about the weather, but I think that we're safe today. We've had fantastic weather. It looks beautiful out here in Rosemont. Perfect softball weather.
Yeah, final day of July here in Rosemont. It could be 110. You just don't know what you're going to get. So this is just joyous, glorious weather here in Rosemont.
There is a pretty strong breeze, though, and it's blowing out towards center field, a little bit towards right field. And if I'm a lefty, I'm trying to take advantage of that wind.
2 balls and 2 strikes to begin our ball game. Wiggins, Zirkle, Sydney Romero batting against Haley Wagner. Come to the end of the line, 3-2. Wagner pitched yesterday, came out of the pen and only needed 7 pitches to throw a scoreless inning. That was against Team Ocasio. Called strike 3. Wiggins out number 1.
The center fielder, number 18.
Now, Haley Wagner usually pitches to contact. She needs a good defense behind her. She's got Kiki Stokes O'Connor, Victoria Hayward in center, Jasmine Jackson in right. An infield of Fisher and Flippin on the left side, Harshman and Fiebre on the right side, and Taylor Edwards, the veteran, behind the plate. Here's the captain of Team Zerkle, Morgan Zerkle. 21st on that leaderboard to begin her day. Best to ever come out of Milton, West Virginia.
React to it, huh? So think hard.
Chased the pitch that disappeared underneath her bat, 0-2.
One thing that you're really going to notice throughout this Athletes Unlimited League is how the infielders are playing these triple threat lefty batters. And what we've seen so far in this season is the batters that are typically going to the slap have really swung away a lot more. I think it has to do with playing on turf versus playing on dirt.
Softly right side, Harshman takes her time, and it costs her. Zirkle beats it out. First base runner of the game. Zirkle, an infield base hit, that's a +10.
And that's where it's really difficult for the infielders, because you have to decide, are you going to play them back for the swing? Or are you going to play them up because of the speed that they have? And Kelsey Harshman actually playing a couple of steps back, and Morgan Zirkle mishits this ball. It's a ground ball that she gets off the end of the bat. Slowly hit, a slow developing play, and she's able to leg that one out.
Sydney Romero swings at the first pitch, pops it, left field side, foul territory. Stokes O'Connor makes the play.
Really nice job by Kiki Stokes O'Connor out in left field. If you have an opportunity to get batters out, you want to take full advantage of it. Has to run a long way for this one. We just talked about that breeze too. That's something that these outfielders are going to have to communicate about throughout this entire ball game. Does a great job of tracking that one down and holding Morgan Zirkle over at first.
Savannah Jaquish. Jaquish, one of the most consistent power bats in the history of Athletes Unlimited softball. Off to a good start this year. 3 for 7 with a double.
Definitely curious to see if Team Zerkle can try to do something here with Jaquish up at the plate. The first 2 games they've played so far this season, they have scored in the first inning, and now down to their final out in the top of the first.
Misses outside. You got Zirkle on at first base. Maybe a situation where she wants to run. Stolen bases are a +10. Flipped foul, third base side. Look at that. Career home runs, you got Jaquish and Bianca Stelly. But hot on their heels, Amanda Chittister, who's already homered twice over the weekend.
That entire Team Chittister squad has been swinging a really hot bat, especially right there in the meat of their order. Already 6 home runs in the first 2 games.
Wagner wanted it. 3-2. Now this changes the dynamic.
Wagner goes with this curveball outside. Just doesn't break quite enough to get back into that strike zone.
Stayed in the river. 3-2, there goes Zirkle. And it's pounced foul. We'll do it again. And anything even remotely into a gap is going to score Zirkle from first. She can fly, and she's going to be off with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Hammered, foul all the way. Jaquish, 4-time All-American at LSU. Over the years, she's been a member of Team USA. She's been a part of the Puerto Rican national team. She's done a lot of different things with different organizations. Just loves to hit.
Really steady dose of curveballs on both sides of the plate to Jaquish, knowing that she likes to pull the ball to the left side, getting her barrel out in front just a tad. Long foul balls down that left field line. Haley Wagner trying to work her outside. Wouldn't be surprised if we start to see a few more off-speed pitches here.
Hard and deep down the left field line. It is gone. A homer. Savannah Jaquish. First 2 runs of the game. What an at-bat. First homer of the season for Jaquish.
Team Zerkle continues their trend of scoring runs in the first inning. Jaquish gets every single bit of this curveball. Haley Wagner was trying to jam her up, but she has such quick hands through the zone. She gets her barrel out in front of her and drives that one a long way over that left field wall, almost to the freeway out there. Her team loves it because they know she should just put them up by 2 runs in the top of the first inning.
302 feet. 14th career homer for Savannah Jaquish. She now is the all-time leader in homers in Athletes Unlimited play. And now the play that wasn't made on the ground ball by Morgan Zirkle. How large is that for everyone involved?
Making a huge difference too, because typically the infielders have been playing a lot more shallow, respecting the speed that those lefties have. But because she was swinging away, the defense decided to take a couple of steps back, and Morgan Zirkle took full advantage of it.
Deja Mulipola. Softly into center field. Able to sneak it past Hannah Flippin. 2-out base hit for Mulipola. 3rd hit of the inning allowed by Wagner.
I feel like to Megan Wiggins to start off this ball game, we saw a lot of off-speed pitches, and now specifically to Savannah Jaquish and to Deja Mulipola, Haley Wagner going with the curveball, and it's just not breaking inside hard enough. These batters' hands are just too quick. They're getting barrel out in front of it, and Deja able to drive that one back up the middle for a 2-out base hit.
Rachel Garcia next in line. Garcia looking for her first hit here in championship season play. She's 0 for 7 with a bat in her hands. She's 19th on the leaderboard, 19th out of 60 players, because she also pitches, and pitches very well. So she's able to get points even when the bat is silent. Ball and 2 strikes to Garcia. Yeah, Rachel Garcia over the last half decade has been as ballyhooed as anyone in this game. So much hype, and she lived up to every bit of it as a UCLA Bruin.
Just a fantastic pitcher, along with the hitter that she is. One of the most clutch hitters that you're going to see, especially in the college game. Came through with a couple of clutch hits in the AUX season back in June as well. Just always seems to be that player that is up when the game is on the line. Ice in her veins, has the same mental approach every single time that she steps into the batter's box or steps into the circle, and that's what's made her one of the best.
Off-speed pitch, picked the wrong spot. Right to Hannah Flippin, and the side is retired, but it's a 2-0 lead for Team Zerkle here after a half inning of play. Before we even began play, special moment. This is one of the original great female two-sport stars. Kay Piper in the building. That is Lily Piper's aunt. We'll have that story as we continue throughout the course of our evening. Back to Rosemont in a moment. Savannah Jaquish giving Team Zerkle a 2-0 lead with a home run as we got our game started. Now Team Zerkle trying to hang on and win an inning. Hey fans, it's time to earn points for watching. If you're an Unlimited Club member, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points and move up the leaderboard to get the app downloaded today for free. At your app store, get access to great AU content and experiences all season long. The code 3BAUSB. All right, commit that to memory. Bottom of the first inning, Taylor Mcquillen in that circle, trying to protect a 2-0 lead. Taylor Mcquillen, her third appearance in 3 days.
And we've got two lefties in the circle in today's ball game, too. And what Mcquillen's going to do is she's going to work that curveball to both sides of the plate, similar to what we saw out of Haley Wagner, but she's got a bit more downward movement on her pitches. Occasionally, she's going to work up in the zone, but I think she's had some really good bite on her drop curves that she's been throwing outside to these left-handed batters. She has been very effective in her appearances so far this season.
On Friday, she got a save. I'm sorry, Friday she got a loss. I'm all confused. On Friday, she got a save. Yesterday, she took the loss. So she has been part of the decisions in each of the first 2 games that she's played. Here's the lineup for Team Eberle. Hayward, Jackson, Flippin, Davidson, Fisher, Harshman, who had a big day yesterday, Edwards, Fiebre, and Stokes O'Connor rounding out the 9. Victoria Hayward. Biggs had a nice opening weekend. Began the day 4th on the leaderboard, 4th out of 60 players. Obviously a lot of movement today, but if she was able to hold on to that 4 spot, it could be one of the 4 captains for tomorrow's draft. Three balls and 2 strikes now to Hayward. Hayward does have experience as a captain. 3 times in previous years she's been a captain. Little knobber. Mcquillen not in time. Hayward runs well, and when there's a base hit to be had, she gets after it. Historic base hit for Victoria Hayward. All right, let's talk about the defense for Team Zerkle. You got Wiggins in left, Zirkle in center, Piper in right field. It's an infield of Jaquish, Sydney Romero, Filler and Gaino right side with Mulipola behind the plate. That base hit by Victoria Hayward, her 41st in AU championship season play. That's more than anyone else.
Victoria Hayward, one of those, again, triple threat lefties, and she's so consistent every single season. And another batter that has stepped up too in this lineup has been Jasmine Jackson. Coming from that left side again, here we're seeing her turn to square to bunt, maybe to try to move Hayward over into scoring position. And because of that, the infield has really moved up. They are crowding, knowing that Jasmine Jackson has a ton of speed running down that baseline. You can see just how far in the middle infielders are playing and how far in Savannah Jaquish is over at third base.
There goes Hayward, and a bunt foul. Yet another thing that Hayward does very well, she's never been caught trying to steal the base. She's 15 for 15 in stolen base attempts over 3 seasons. Team Eberle, a little bit of desperation. They're actually trailing for the first time this season.
Can you call it desperation when it's just the bottom of the first inning? I guess we can.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Mcquillen's 2-2. Hayward on the run. Backhanded by Gaino. Oh, she delayed her toss to first, and it cost her. Everyone's going to be safe. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Gaino looked to second, and that cost her.
Yeah, it's the benefit of having speed on the base paths. Victoria Hayward took off on the pitch, and just because of that slight hesitation, Courtney Gaino thought she was going to be able to get the lead runner out at second. But that great jump that Hayward got, there was no way she was going to get her out, and that allowed the speedy Jackson to also beat that one out. Now 2 runners on board with nobody away, and the heart of Team Eberle's lineup coming up.
Classic small ball for Team Eberle. The ball hadn't left the infield, and 2 base hits already. Here is Hannah Flippen. Yesterday it was like we won the lottery and got struck by lightning at the same time. She struck out. That doesn't happen. The rarest of the rare. Into right field, hit well. The sun's a factor, and it bounces over the head of Piper. Hayward around third. The throw, not in time. Flippen takes an extra base. Oh my goodness. Great start for Team Eberle. Still nobody out at the bottom of the first inning.
The sun has definitely been a factor in game 1, both Friday, Saturday, and now again Sunday. Look at the way that Hannah Flippen goes after this high and outside pitch, drives it really well. And Lily Piper loses her footing out in right field, and because Hayward has so much speed, she's going to score there. But the smart base running by Hannah Flippen to go ahead and take second base, get over into scoring position on that throw home.
Still nobody out. Cleanup hitter Mia Davidson. Rookie from Mississippi State. 1 for 4 with a couple of walks in her first 2 pro games. Let's see what Davidson's got. Down in the count, 0-2. Yeah, we've got 10 inning points on the line. Team Zerkle kind of feeling comfortable coming into the bottom part of this first inning. Leading by 2, but it's almost all gone now. Infield's not going to concede anything. Infield's in tight all the way around. Davidson's looked comfortable. Young player playing with pros for the first time. Doesn't look overwhelmed.
She seemed really comfortable too talking to us during the game yesterday. You can just tell that she loves playing the sport of softball. Came out and made some noise in those scrimmages too. Hit 4 home runs in 2 games in the scrimmages before this season started.
Oh my, it was 0-2, and Davidson, like a pro's pro, wouldn't bite on anything Mcquillen threw up there, and it's a walk. First 4 batters for Team Eberle have all now reached safely.
So much confidence Mia Davidson has every single time she steps up to the plate. Watch those pitches go by, extends this inning, and now a great opportunity for Sam Fisher up at the plate.
Called strike 1 to the veteran Fisher. Fisher 1 for 7 through her first 2 games. Coming off an elite couple of weeks out in San Diego back in June for the AUX season. Looks like the play will be at the plate.
The one pitch that I think Mcquillen has thrown really well up until this game has been that drop curve, the one that's going down in the zone. It's been biting right at the knees, and so far in this ball game, she has not been able to consistently throw that pitch for a strike.
To third, Jaquish gets the out at home. No panic, Savannah Jaquish. That's the first out of the inning. Bases are still loaded.
And I like that call when she couldn't get the drop for a strike. She goes with the off-speed pitch to Sam Fisher. Gets her to get way out in front of this ball. Ground ball over to Jaquish. Fields this one on the run, fires to home, and easily gets that out before she scores.
Here's Kelsey Harshman. This is an important bat for Harshman on a number of levels. She had a really good game yesterday, had 3 hits, was named MVP 1. But remember, just defensively, she had a misplay in the first inning. I'm sure she'd love to atone for. We thought it was a relatively routine ground ball off the bat of Morgan Zirkle, but she played it back, didn't get it the first in time, and it eventually resulted in 2-run scoring for Team Zerkle.
The middle infielders were playing back on Morgan Zirkle too, because we've seen her go to that swing away part of her repertoire coming from the left side. Back in San Diego, really used a lot of the bunt and the slap game, but here in Rosemont has been swinging away a ton more.
Off-speed pitch, fouled straight back.
And really up until this game, a lot of the slappers have started swinging away more, but Team Eberle coming out with the game plan today that they're going to utilize the short game right at the top of their lineup with Hayward and Jackson back-to-back, and so far it's paying off for them.
Is that customary in the world of fast pitch that the game sometimes is different when it's played on grass and dirt as opposed to playing on turf?
I definitely think that when they were playing on dirt, it was really fast in the infield. You got some really high hops on that dirt, and here we just have not seen that as much being on the turf.
3-2 pitch, fisted into right field, and it drops in front of Piper. A run scores, and we're tied at 2. Everything working for Harshman with a bat in her hands. She did not hit that hard at all, but gets herself a base hit and a run batted in.
Harshman says, you know what, I might not be a slapper, but I can still hit base hits all over the field. She gets jammed up on this pitch, but she's strong enough with her swing that she's able to bloop that one out in front of Lily Piper in right field and allow another run to come across, and a big hug from her teammate Odyssey Alexander over at first base.
So it won't be an inning win for Team Zerkle. Now possibly an inning win for Team Eberle. Can they add on? Taylor Edwards is the batter. Already 30 pitches thrown by Taylor Mcquillen here in the first inning. One ball and one strike. You got Davidson on at third, Fisher at second, Harshman at first. 1-2. Called strike 3. That's what Mcquillen needed. Now the defense can relax just a little bit with 2 outs.
Great location for that pitch too. She got Taylor Edwards to swing at a pitch up in the zone on the pitch before. This one she brings down just slightly more, a curveball outside, gets her looking. Really pretty pitch for her first strikeout on the afternoon.
Allison Fiebre, maybe her biggest at bat as a pro. Third professional game, Fiebre looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. Team Zerkle set 6 batters to the plate in the first inning. Team Eberle, this is now their 8th batter of the first inning. Ball and 2 strikes to Fiebre. Mcquillen, the former Arizona All-American, working quickly. called strike 3. So Mcquillen got herself into hot water and was able to get out with not a ton of damage, but a couple runs do score, and we're tied after an inning.
My Aunt Kay Piper, played at Akron from 82 to 85. She was a two-sport athlete, so she played softball and volleyball. So she was an 8-letter winner. It is so awesome to be able to say that I have someone in my family that really paved the way, just start the journey for women and women's sports. And now I get to sit here because of people like her. So it's so awesome that I get to say that, you know, she's my aunt.
Yeah, because of Title IX, we now have like multiple generations of female sports stars and role models, and just a really great story. All right, Lily Piper's aunt is in the building. Kay Piper is with Key.
Hey, Aunt Kay.
Hi.
We were joking that our name is Key and Kay.
That's right.
So you were a dual sport athlete, softball, volleyball. We'll focus on the softball, even though you know in my heart it's the volleyball.
Exactly.
But when you graduated, this didn't exist.
No, we had when we graduated, there was no professional softball at Eberle. So you got out, you got a job, and you moved on. This is just a fabulous opportunity for these girls. I'm so proud that Lily's been able to do this. It's been her dream, and she's having a blast.
Well, I know she's inspired by you, and you actually got out there on the field earlier today and threw the first pitch. How cool was it? Kind of like, it's almost like you guys were teammates for a second.
It was. I'm quite a bit older, but we had a good time, and she framed the pitch for me, so she made it look a little better than it was.
Well, you've told me that you guys are pretty competitive, but it's apples to oranges. Who would you say is the better softball player?
Definitely, I would have to say Lily. She's much more versatile than I am. She plays many positions. She's actually starting in right field today for the first time. And she's a better hitter. She can spray the ball. I was really just a power hitter and played shortstop, so she's definitely much better than I am.
Well, I love that you guys are competitive but also friendly. I'm sure you guys learn a lot from each other. But when you're not talking softball, what do you guys like to get up to off the field?
Anything we do is competitive. It's in the Piper family, so
Yes.
we like to play golf, and we're definitely competitive when it comes to playing golf. So in that sport, I can say I'm a little better at it than her. We have a good time.
Shots fired. I love that.
Exactly.
Well, I love that the Piper family is here. Mom's here. We're going to probably hopefully chat to her in maybe in a few days or weeks. But for now, thanks so much for being on the broadcast.
You bet. Thank you.
All right.
Key and Kay, fantastic stuff. Thank you. Well, we were hoping that Lily Piper would get a homer or do something kind of fancy while we had Aunt Kay, but didn't happen. Humpback liner caught by Hannah Flippen. Out number 1 here in the second inning.
Still so fun to just hear about all of these families and how involved they are in sports, and what a great role model for Lily Piper to have growing up, to have her aunt such a phenomenal athlete in her own right. And it sounds like still a fantastic athlete, very competitive. Might have to watch her golf game a little bit.
Yeah. Here's Courtney Gaino. Second year with Athletes Unlimited, former Washington Husky. Both sides scoring 2 runs in the first inning. That makes this inning a 20-point inning. The 10 points from the first inning rolling over here and added to the 10 points in the second inning. So a 20-point inning, whichever team outscores the other. Interesting note there. Yeah, it seems like most games we've had offensive numbers put up early in the game, and then pitching starts to take over. Softly on the ground, right side, Fiebre, 2 down. Well, here's our next WNBA game. It's going to be the Sun taking on the Mercury. Man, that's going to be a hot one. Thursday, 7 Eastern time, 4 Pacific on ESPN2 and the app. This is the second game of the 2 between these two teams, Mohegan Sun Arena. They'll also play Tuesday night. The Sun have already clinched the playoff spot, while the Mercury are fighting for a spot. 7 games remaining in the regular season. Diana Taurasi.
I know you were waiting all day to use the "it's going to be a hot one" pun when you saw that promo come up.
The Sun and the Mercury, you got to be hot, right? Here's the number 9 batter, Andrea Filler. Boston College and then Northwestern. Filler, like Hannah Flippen, the shortstop of today's game for Team Eberle, played on this field as a professional player. And she was a Chicago Bandit. For many years, the Chicago Bandits, National Pro Fast Pitch, very well-run organization. Number of championships, great fan support. And they had a chance to play in this wonderful building. First building in North America built exclusively for women's professional softball.
So much fun every single season to watch these athletes compete here in Rosemont, and the fan base that's already here so supportive. They wait all year long to watch these women compete out there on the field. They bring great energy every single day too. We can feel it up here in the booth just how excited everybody is to be able to watch Athletes Unlimited during the summer.
And I think one of the things that's really cool about playing every single game here in Rosemont, it's a fair fight. Everyone has the same conditions. The outfield is the same from left to right. The infield is the same every single game. You know, we really get a chance to see who is the best player and who will be the champion when it's all said and done on an even, equal playing field.
As an infielder, I always loved playing on turf because I knew I was going to get a true hop every single time, and I could practically play in left field being at that shortstop position.
With that arm you had, sure you could. You could play the warning track and still gun people out at first base, as I recall.
Maybe not so much anymore. I don't know. We'd have to test out that theory.
Wagner trying to get back into that dugout. Gave up a couple of runs in the first inning. Now trying to go 1, 2, 3 in the second. Off the thumbs. Flipping can't make the play. 2-out single for Filler. Second hit of the season for Filler. She's now 2 for 7.
You can see Haley Wagner trying to make an adjustment on the curveball inside to those right-handed batters. She got that one inside just a bit more, but Filler with that sweet swing able to still drive that one out into center field for a base hit.
Second at bat for Megan Wiggins. Struck out looking to begin our ball game. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up, flipping with the squeeze, and the side is retired. Scoreless top of the second inning. Chance for an inning win for Team Eberle when we come back to beautiful Rosemont, Illinois. Team Eberle an opportunity to get 20 inning points if they win this inning. It's a 2-2 tie. Team Zerkle not able to score in the top of this second inning. Mondays mean a fresh week of Athletes Unlimited action. Tomorrow we will have drafts for both softball and lacrosse starting at 5 Eastern time. Lacrosse is going to pick up play again on Thursday while we'll be back playing softball on Friday in Rosemont. Plan your week using auprosports.com. New pitcher coming into the ball game, second consecutive day, Alyssa Denham.
I like going to this change here to Alyssa Denham, of course, being a completely different look, coming from the right side. But it seemed like Taylor Mcquillen just wasn't able to nail that spot low in the zone, and Denham's going to come in here with that heavy drop ball, so she's going out there to induce a lot of ground ball outs behind her. She's got a great off-speed pitch as well, but she's going to try to see if she can get some momentum back on her team's side in this ball game.
It'll be the number 9 hitter, Kiki Stokes O'Connor, leading things off. Stokes O'Connor takes outside for a ball. All right, well, this is the great thing about Athletes Unlimited. We can have a chair chat with a pitcher who was just in the game 5 minutes ago. Taylor Mcquillen joins us now. Hey, Taylor, thanks for spending some time with us.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to be here.
All right, paint the picture. We just saw you in the circle, 5 minutes ago. What was it like? It seemed like there's a lot of wind out there, maybe a lot of sun. What was your feeling?
Yeah, I feel like this was kind of our plan anyway. We're going in one time through the lineup for me, then we're going to make a change to Denham and see how long she can last, and then we have other pitchers who can help close it out. So we've just been doing a great job pitching by committee lately, and it's worked in our favor so far, and we've gotten some key outs, and we have great pitchers on our staff, so why not utilize them?
And Taylor, one thing I've really enjoyed about watching you pitch is how much bite your pitches have, specifically down in the zone too. But do you have a favorite pitch that you like to throw out there?
I think it just depends on the day. I'm a very whatever happens type of a pitcher, and we go out, we warm up, and it could look completely different based on what it is in the bullpen. So just really trusting my catchers, hitting good spots, and getting outs, and I have a great defense behind me. There's 60 of the best athletes here, so I can count on everybody.
I know it's still early in this season, but now it being day 3 here in week 1, is there a different strategy pitching-wise for you guys coming into today, knowing that you guys are going to have some rest days coming up?
A little bit. I mean, like I said, we have a great pitching staff. This is kind of how we wanted it set up anyway with all the pitchers that we had. And Zerk has been great at kind of letting us run the show pitching-wise and trusting us to know when we're good and when we're not. And I think that's the best thing about having a captain who kind of gives you a little bit of leeway. So our team's been really working together just to get some stuff done. And I trust Denham the same I trust Rachel, the same I trust Shannon Sales. So I think just continuing to be us and be the team purple for the week, and that's what's going to get us through.
One out. Here's Victoria Hayward. Called strike to Vic. Taylor, you and Alyssa Denham both have Arizona in common. Give us a scouting report on Denham. Obviously, you guys are in the bullpen together all the time talking strategy and pitches. What kind of pitcher is she in your eyes?
She's a great competitor. She's going to go out there and give you everything she has, no matter what the situation is. And she's a great starter. She's a great reliever. And I've seen her close a couple games as well. But she's just going to give you that different variety. And I think that's what's so great. We're completely different from each other. We don't throw the hardest, and that's okay. But she's got a lot of spin. She's got some off speed. She has a lot of down. So she works well with me, Rachel, and Shannon combined. So she's just going to go out there and do her job, and that's all you can ask of her.
We talk about how important communication is in this league, especially when the teams are changing every single week. Do you find that communication is important for you guys during the game, and how much is that happening during games?
Oh, absolutely. I think without communication, your team's going to struggle here. And I mean, I've experienced that a little bit in the past couple years, and I've experienced teams that just have great chemistry because they're constantly communicating. But with switching teams every week, you don't really have that option where you can't just not say anything. So this league has allowed people to speak their mind, have a voice, have a say, and allow others to really just listen and understand the game from different perspectives. And that's what's so great about it. But communication is absolutely key in the game of softball. It's key in a lot of sports, but especially at Athletes Unlimited, that's one of the biggest things that I think a lot of people would say about being here.
Well said. I want to ask you about the captain for you this week. I think one of the great things about Athletes Unlimited is there's a player like Morgan Zirkle, who was obviously wonderful at Marshall, but maybe people didn't understand what a great player she is. We've seen that now through 3 seasons of Athletes Unlimited. She's been a top 10 player each and every season. Did you know what have you found out about her being with her for 3 years?
Morgan is great. I think that this is the first time I've been on her team as a captain, and I don't think we've been on the same team many of times. So it's nice to have her as a captain, and she's done a great job for us. She's done a great job in Athletes Unlimited so far in the past 3 seasons. I think a top 6 finish every year. So, it says something about the type of player she is, but I think it's also the type of person she is as well, is kind of what brings it out in her. But she's happy to be here. She's playing today for all of the mid-major girls and the people that may not get the opportunities or may not be seen. And I think that's what's so great about her, is she knows where she came from and she knows where she is now, and she wants to be that leader and that inspiration to all softball players, no matter what level they play at in college.
And Taylor, we just watched Deja Mulipola throw that ball down to second base. She has such a strong arm back behind the plate. What do you like about throwing to Deja?
Deja's been my girl for many years now. I think we've been on the same team for a long time. We played in high school, or in the travel ball days together, and in college, and so I have a lot of trust in her. We know each other front and back of the hand and anything else, so I trust her with everything in me, and she's one of the closest people to me. So she's just a competitor. She goes out there, she knows who she is, she knows what she wants. She's going to go out and give you everything that she has all the time, and she's just getting better every year that she keeps coming back. She just gets stronger and she just gets better, and she's definitely one of the best catchers out there, but so is everybody else here. So
Taylor, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Really enjoyed talking to you.
Thanks, guys.
2 outs, runner on at second base. Hannah Flippin, foul right side. Taylor Mcquillen just said it, Deja Mulipola is getting better. The world gets to see Deja Mulipola play in her prime, I love college softball, but that's 18 to 22. We're getting a chance to see developed human beings play and think about nothing except for softball. You see a wonderful product. Smoked into right field. Solid single, flipping. Here comes Hayward. She is safe. It's an inning win for Team Eberle. Hannah Flippin does it again. 20 points for everyone on Team Eberle.
Hannah Flippin is just seeing the ball so well right now. A 2-1 count. A pitch outside, she goes with it, hits this one square on the barrel, drives it out to right field. And how important was it for Victoria Hayward to steal second base to get into scoring position, because that allowed her to score on that base hit out to right.
Mia Davidson, cue shot to the shortstop. Sydney Romero throws her out, and the side is retired. But Hannah Flippen gives everyone on Team Eberle 20 points.
I don't know who's gonna win, but I'm really excited for them already. Well, I hope it's Amanda Chittister. So I really hope it is her. She was second last season, so I think she has a good shot. Kelsey Harshman, KJ, I'd like to see her top of the leaderboard, maybe behind me though. I'm rooting for O'Toole again. It's anybody's game, it's anybody's time. Anybody could win.
It's gonna be an interesting season. I'm excited to see who takes home the gold.
Now the leaderboard as we speak. We're looking at Kelsey Harshman. She's second. Hannah Flippen, her teammate, is third. Carrie Eberle leads the way, though. Wow, what a first weekend she has had. That leaderboard brought to you by Geico. And we've got a new pitcher. So early in the ball game, already 4 different pitchers combined in our game. Greta Cicchetti comes on. Second consecutive day we've seen the native of Italy.
And Cicchetti, again, is going to be a different look than what we saw earlier in this ball game, and she's going to bring the velocity down just a little bit. One of those pitchers that's not going to blow it by you, but relies on that tight spin. Great spin and great movement is what she's going to bring to the table when she's out there in the circle. She's going to work the ball all through the zone. But it's that drop ball that I really like. It's got a lot of late movement to it down in the zone. She'll even locate that right about knee high, shin high, and a bit more up in the zone like we just saw called for strike 1 to Morgan Zerkle there.
Cicchetti wears number 81. Back in her international days playing for Team Italy. Frequently wearing number 18. 18 not available because Morgan Zerkle wears number 18. So Cicchetti had to take the inverse. That's why she's wearing 81. We've got 18 versus 81. You see the 18 on the glove for Cicchetti. She's obviously chapped that she can't wear 18, so she's going to try and stick it to the 18 in purple. Take that for wearing my 18.
And so far that drop ball's looking really good. Got it called for strike 1, a bit more up in the zone, and decides to challenge Zirkle inside with that drop. Gets it called for strike 2.
Hit well to left field. Kiki Stokes. Oh, got her! It's gone! A homer! Morgan Zerkle, her first homer of the season. And we're tied at 3. What a wonderful player. Plus 40 for Zerkle.
The game of softball is all about making adjustments, and you can tell that Morgan Zerkle was really watching the way that those pitches were breaking throughout this entire at-bat, makes an adjustment on that swing to get her barrel underneath that drop ball, lifts it over that left field wall for a solo shot to tie up this ball game.
Sydney Romero takes a called strike. Ball went 260 feet, left the bat 69.7 miles per hour. First year here in 2020, Zirkle was a wonderful player, but was more of a slap and dash. Last couple of years, she's added the power, and that's been the final frontier for her.
Having that versatility seems to be the key to having success in Athletes Unlimited, because these players are so good, these defenders are so good. If you come up and do the same thing every single time, they're going to figure out a way to get you out. So for Morgan Zerkle to add all of that power by swinging away has added a whole different dynamic to what she can do up at the plate.
Here's Savannah Jaquish. Jaquish must have the best breakfast plan of anyone here at Athletes Unlimited. Her first inning at bat, all 3 games, a base hit. She had a single on Friday, a single yesterday, and a homer today. First time up, she's magical.
Is it breakfast with these late afternoon starts though? Maybe it's a combo of breakfast and lunch.
Did you have a game time routine? Did you always have the same meal at the same time or any of that kind of stuff?
No, not necessarily.
No?
I would like to change it up just a bit. My superstitions were more on the infield specifically, not so much what I ate before the game.
Oh my goodness, what a wonderful pitch. Didn't even register on her radar gun, and Jaquish could have swung twice by the time that got to the plate.
We saw a couple of those off-speed pitches yesterday from Cicchetti coming in about 44, 45 miles per hour, and that's why Jaquish was so far out in front on that swing.
Now this may be a bullpen day for both sides. We've already had both starters taken out of the game. Right now, Odyssey Alexander getting loose for Team Eberle. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cicchetti hasn't recorded an out here in our 3rd inning. Homer by Zirkle, single by Romero. Clubbed deep center field, no doubt about it. A homer for the 2nd consecutive at bat, Savannah Jaquish. She looked silly on a pitch earlier in that at bat, and she comes back to nail it close to 300 feet over the center field wall.
The way that Savannah Jaquish swings, her bat path is almost tailor-made for pitches low in the zone. So for her in that at-bat, it was just a matter of getting her timing down. 61 miles per hour, and she times it up perfectly. 269 feet is the distance on that shot.
How about that? Savannah Jaquish, 2 homers and 2 at-bats. We've got a timeout.
Swing.
New pitcher coming in, Odyssey Alexander. 5-3, Team Zerkle leading Team Eberle, courtesy of the 2-run home run by Savannah Jaquish. New pitcher coming in, Odyssey Alexander in the circle.
Odyssey's going to come in and really bring the heat. Going to try to see if she can get her team back into the dugout. Somebody that works all parts of the strike zone as well. She has a great rhythm, a great cadence in which she pitches every single time that she's out there in the circle. A great competitive mindset, too, that the entire team feeds off of. But again, that high velocity, it's going to be up there in the high 60s, even touch 70 every once in a while. Mixing speeds, and it's the strong off-speed pitch, too. She has a lot of trust in the defense behind her to make those plays.
First batter she faces, Deja Mulipola. We caught an interesting moment. The home run by Morgan Zirkle, and when Zirkle was coming back to the dugout, she stopped and talked to Savannah Jaquish and gave a scouting report on what she found out about Cicchetti.
Well, we talked to even Taylor Mcquillen in the chair chat earlier in this ball game, just how important communication is throughout these games.
Sam Fisher makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play by Fisher.
You love to see the communication up at the plate, but also defensively, too. We talked about how that wind's been a factor, the sun's been a factor, and Sam Fisher immediately calls this ball as soon as it's hit off the bat, tracks that one in nicely. That's a really difficult play for her to make, but she made it look easy.
Rachel Garcia. Rachel Garcia, a couple of years ago, winning the Women's College World Series as a UCLA Bruin. Two legends of our sport, Rachel Garcia, Odyssey Alexander. Garcia looking for her first base hit of the season. She's now 0 for 8. That won't last for long. It's not just the physical gifts, and there's many for Rachel Garcia, but just the way that she locks in and is so uber competitive. That's the thing that reminds me, and I just never even bring out the comparison because it's outlandish. Lisa Fernandez. I see Lisa Fernandez, 20 years ago when I look at Rachel Garcia.
Well, and she learned from Lisa Fernandez being at UCLA, getting coached by her throughout her career there, learned some of that competitive spirit.
On the ground, there's the first base hit of the season for Garcia.
Right fielder, number 54.
Now, a special thing about Athletes Unlimited is for every run scored this year, Aspiration is going to plant 10 trees. Entering today, Aspiration has committed 9,930 trees across all Athletes Unlimited sports. All right, so with one out, runner on at first base, we're going to see Haley Busby come to the plate. Busby, rookie from Oklahoma State.
And I know you were really looking forward to getting to watch her hit again just because of the stance. When she gets into the box, she stands very tall. So much fun about the game of softball is there's no one way to go up there and hit. Everybody has their own way that makes them unique, the way that they are most comfortable when they're up at the plate. And for Haley Busby, it's standing up very tall. She's got a very quiet stance about her, but it's those quick hands we just saw on that foul ball down the left field line. Always love watching her get into the batter's box.
Into right field, that's a gapper. That may plate Garcia. Garcia on her way to third. She's being waved around. The throw not in time. RBI double, Haley Busby. And the beat continues for Team Zerkle. They've now scored 4 runs here in the third.
And you've got to wonder, because of that tall stance, if the game plan for Odyssey Alexander was to work the ball down in the zone, but Busby did a great job of dropping her barrel underneath that pitch, driving it the opposite way. And we talked about Rachel Garcia's bat. We talked about her pitching, but I don't think we've talked about her wheels, and we just saw a great example of that scoring on that double out to right.
Courtney Gaino. Gaino bounced out to first to begin her ball game. That was an inning ago against Haley Wagner. Now this has been unlike any other game we've seen so far this weekend. Already a combined 9 runs as we play the top of the third inning. Popped up, out of play.
I can't help but think back to last night's game too, and just how different this ball game is from that one. Just a 1-run ball game, and it was actually the team that struck out 11 times that ended up winning that game. Typically, if you think a team striking out 11 times in a ball game, they're probably not winning that one, but hey, Team Eberle came out with a win last night.
Yeah, the rarest of the rare. First time in the history of Athletes Unlimited that we have a 1-0 game. In that game, Carrie Eberle, as the captain, was masterful in her use of the pitching staff. Today's a different story. Already 3 different pitchers, and every pitcher that has come on for Team Eberle has given up a run. Eberle running out of options. She's actually now in the bullpen herself, getting loose.
I thought last night one thing they did really well was utilize some of their lefties and the lefty-lefty matchups against their opponent, using a ton of different pitchers, and today Team Zerkle has just had their number no matter who's out there in the circle.
It just seems as you go along through a weekend that the pitcher's advantage always starts to wear down eventually, because these hitters are so good. Even if you're blowing it up there 70 miles an hour with a drop and a rise and whatever you bring in, eventually these great hitters are going to figure you out.
And you think the more reps you have, the more at-bats you have, the more times you can see a pitcher, the more advantage is going to go to the hitter. That's why I thought AUX back in June was really interesting, because the hitters had the advantage right out the gate, but it was the pitchers that made a surge towards the end of June. Ended up coming out on top. Danielle O'Toole being our AUX champion. but it was the pitchers making the adjustment as the season went on, so I'll be curious to see if we see a similar pattern here in Rosemont, with there being a little bit more time in between games too, so these pitchers have more time to rest, recover, and maybe hone in on some of their strengths.
Gaino's taking some good swings. Still just one out. 6 batters have come to the plate. 4 have scored. This is already the highest scoring inning that we've had so far this season. Alexander's 9th pitch to Gaino. 2 down.
Throughout that entire at-bat, Alexander working both inside and outside. Gaino fouling off pitch after pitch, and she goes with the curveball outside. A bit more heat on this pitch, a great location. You can see it just carrying away from that barrel of Courtney Gaino, not able to make contact with it. And that's Odyssey's first strikeout on the afternoon.
Filler. Filler teammates internationally with the previous pitcher, Greta Cicchetti, playing for the Italian national team. Busby the runner on at second. Popped up, will it be playable? 2 rows back.
I keep hoping, I keep willing a foul ball to continue to come our direction. I still want to fulfill my dream of catching a ball in the booth.
You're going to protect me, right?
I've got you covered.
No glove, though.
Nope.
Okay.
If you see me diving outside of the windows up here, you know why. I'm trying to make a catch up here.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Filler. Well, Team Zerkle thought they had inning number 1-1. They scored twice in the top of the first. Only it allowed Team Eberle come back and scored 2 runs in their half of the first. Will 4 runs be enough to win the inning? Filler would love to add on another run with a base hit here. 2 runs this inning coming courtesy of the home run by Savannah Jaquish. Before that, the solo home run by Morgan Zirkle. And just moments ago, RBI double by Busby, plating Garcia. 4 runs on 5 hits. 4 of the hits have been extra base hits. 2 doubles, 2 homers, and a single.
Tons of foul balls, too, that we've seen already today. These pitchers trying to keep it close to the strike zone, trying to get some ground ball outs. Filler hit that one hard down the left field line, actually to the facilitator for Team Zerkle, Jen Salling. And of course, she fielded it cleanly. We expect nothing less.
Oh, Salling elite defensively. Odyssey Alexander strikes out Filler, and that will retire the side, but damage done.
Couple of home runs for Team Zerkle gives them the lead here in the 3rd inning. The first one off of the bat of the team captain herself, Morgan Zerkle, hitting that one opposite field, and then Savannah Jaquish with a 2-run shot. Team Zerkle's got the lead.
If you hear voices, you're not crazy, the mic's on me. Okay. Your pitches aren't bad. They're breaking well. They're just out and staying out. Okay. That's all. Okay, sounds good. Look good. So she's similar to Rachel. She wants to keep jamming you in and then go up. Okay. Even her changeup, I would eliminate it because it's fast. Okay. So it's not going to throw you off. Okay. Okay, old lady, she's breathing hard. Give her the inhaler. Give her the inhaler.
I like that. One of my favorites, Deja Mulipolo. We're into the game with her. Brought to you by Air National Guard. Hey, Deja, you're still wearing that microphone. You can hear us, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
This is the ultimate in multitasking. You're catching, you're calling pitching, and you're talking to us. You sure you can be able to handle this?
I actually have a running joke. I'm the worst multitasker that I know, so this will be interesting.
See, we think you're a fantastic multitasker just because of how fantastic you are on the field, but I always love getting a catcher's perspective during this Athletes Unlimited season. What's it like for you to catch so many different pitchers every single week?
It's so fun, especially because I know a lot of them, and I've played against some of them, played with some of them, so it's fun for me to be able to be back here and working with them. Good pitch, good job.
And Deja, when it comes to calling pitches, how much of it has to do with the hitter's strengths versus the pitcher's strengths, or does it just depend on the day which direction you go?
Oh, I always 100% go pitcher strengths. I trust these pitchers. They're here for a reason. They're elite for a reason. So I definitely choose pitchers over hitters every day when I pitch calling, just like that.
Any reason why we've seen so many runs already today? We've had 9 combined runs. We're only in the 3rd inning.
Yes. Obviously, to match these amazing hitters, amazing pitchers, we have amazing hitters, so. That's disgusting. Good job, Denham. Yep. Way to use it, got one.
Deja, hearing you talk to Alyssa Denham out there, what is it that you're liking what she's throwing out there in the circle?
She has a nice off-speed curve, which you just saw, to pair with her drop ball. So, I'm not talking to you, KJ, I'm so sorry. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. Yeah, she just throws 3 different speeds. So I think utilizing that to the best of her ability against these amazing hitters is what makes her lethal.
Kelsey Harshman is the batter. Harshman's been red hot so far in her opening weekend.
See ya, a little bit.
You've known Denham for a number of years now. You guys had that Arizona connection. Is she the same pitcher that when you first met her now, or has she changed a bit over the years?
I think she's changed in a good way. She's more confident in who she is. She's more confident in her drop ball and her off speed, a little bit. And she's just grown over the years, as she should. So I love working with her on the professional level now. And it's amazing to see that she's still comfortable with me, so I love it. Just a little bit. Slow it down.
And Deja, you're coming off a fantastic season out in San Diego at AUX, a really shortened season. What did you learn from that AUX season that you've brought here to Rosemont?
I think just being calm. I know that I work well when I'm calm and not too high. That's props to Coach Candrea. He always taught us don't get too high in this game, don't get too low. So I'm one of the players that likes to be a little bit more level as far as energy-wise, and I think that's something that I wanted to bring here, being that I'm not a rookie. So I see ya, good job.
Next up, the catcher, number 12, Taylor Edwards.
Harshman draws the 1-out walk. She hasn't been retired so far today. Who do you like so far this year? You've seen a handful of games, and obviously you've seen a whole bunch of pitchers and a lot of batters. Who do you think's got a great chance of winning the championship?
I don't know. Some of these rookies might give us a run for our money, so you just never know who's going to be hot in week 5. No tag, no tag! Two down. Yeah, Liz, love it.
Allison Fiebre.
Deja, I'm not going to ask any more questions. We're just going to listen in, okay?
Yes, got it. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Good job.
The fielder, number 9.
Deja, thank you for your time. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
That's the first professional base hit right there, folks, for Allison Fiebre. First professional base hit, and it's a solid opposite field single. Congratulations to the rookie. Had been 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts. Now you know what she's all about.
Absolutely celebrate when you get down to first base. I feel like I could see her getting more and more confident with the swings that she was taking up at the box, and it pays off right there in that at-bat. A sweet single to the left side. Hit that one really solid. I love watching her bat too, the way that she loads up into her legs. You always feel like something exciting is going to happen when she's up there.
Trying to keep the line moving, Kiki Stokes O'Connor. Work to be done. Down in the count 0-2. Team Zerkle looking for an inning win. They scored 4 times in the top of this third. Popped up. Foul territory play made by Jaquish. That is fitting that Jaquish would make the out. It was Jaquish that had the big 2-run home run earlier in this third inning. It's an inning win for Team Zerkle. .6-3 ball game as we play the 4th inning. A lot of people around the country talking about Kelsey Harshman and the week that she has had. A number of wonderful plays. Not only Kelsey Harshman, but everyone involved with AU.
Eric, you know I love watching good defensive plays. Here is the number 8 play on SportsCenter Top 10, and it's Kelsey Harshman diving with the double play, tagging second base, and then off the bat of Kelsey Harshman, it's Bubba Nichols with the number 6 play on SportsCenter Top 10, diving out in right field. Phenomenal defense that we have seen so far in this Athletes Unlimited season.
All right, let's see if the beat continues. We've had a lot of offense through the first 3 innings. 6-3 ball game. Team Zerkle on top of Team Eberle. Odyssey Alexander, her first full inning of work. Came out of the pen an inning ago. Megan Wiggins. Megan Wiggins and Courtney Gaino are the only 2 members of Team Zerkle without a base hit here through the first 3 innings. Off the end of the bat, Wiggins upset with herself.
I think you can see her telling herself that she wants her barrel to continue moving up the middle or even a little bit towards the opposite field. With that ball coming out of Odyssey Alexander's hand, it has a bit of arm side run to it, and as a lefty batter, if you pull off of it just a tad, you're going to get those foul balls to the left side. So I think right there was just a slight reminder for her to stay long and extended through the zone on her swing.
If you're facing Odyssey Alexander, what would be the thing that would have you worrying when you got in the batter's box?
Her high velocity in that off-speed pitch, it's not slow enough to where I would go up there and want to sit it. You can see right there, great movement on that pitch too. Coming in about 58 miles an hour. Typically the changeups that you'd like to sit are more in the low 50s to where there's a drastic difference from her high velocity pitches to that off speed. But because she mixes and varies her speed so often, that would be the thing I would be looking out for with Alexander.
67 miles per hour. Alexander has now struck out 3 in a row. Here is Morgan Zirkle.
Zirkle 2 for 2 on the day, and this is what she did in her last at-bat. It's a drop ball outside up in the zone. She made an adjustment. This was a 2-strike count. She got her barrel underneath, stayed long with it, and drove that one 260 feet, and that home run right there was good for 40 points on the leaderboard.
Zirkle 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. On the season, she is now 5 for 6 with 5 runs batted in, a double and that homer. We've got 2 colleges not thought to be coming from power conferences against each other. You got Odyssey Alexander, James Madison. You got Morgan Zirkle from Marshall. If you can play, people will find you.
And especially play to the level that these 2 athletes did when they were in college. Of course, we saw what Odyssey Alexander did at the World Series back in 2021. Just a force to be reckoned with out there in the circle with the way that she competes, the passion that she brings to the field each and every day. I think the way that she played brought a whole new passion across the country for the sport of softball. Everybody rallying behind James Madison that year and watching Odyssey Alexander and what she was able to do at that high stage against a team like Oklahoma.
Zirkle hadn't struck out so far this season. The only out, actually the only 2 times she's been retired, she hit into a fielder's choice and she hit a sacrifice fly. So even though she made an out, it was a productive out. She got points for it and her team scored a run. Those are the only 2 times that she hasn't either walked or gotten a base hit.
She's just so consistent right there. We saw her career batting average from Marshall, 451 throughout her entire career, and that consistency is what she has brought to the professional level and continued to get better every single season. She always just seems to have great at-bats, even a take right there, a 2-2 count, an off-speed pitch low in the zone. That's a pitch that Odyssey Alexander wants you to swing at, but she has such a good eye up there. She watches that one go by to bring the count full.
Morgan Zerkle gets herself a walk. Still hasn't been retired so far this evening. Tomorrow, the Red Sox going to take on the AL West leading Houston Astros. That'll be the first of a 3-game series. Minute Maid Park in Houston, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ESPN, and the app coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 6 Central with baseball tonight. A couple years from now, Sydney Romero is going to be watching every Red Sox game with a discerning eye, more than likely. Her younger brother, Mikey Romero, drafted and signed by the Boston Red Sox. Just signed this past week, first-round pick.
First round, 24th pick, too. So impressive, this entire family, how competitive they are. I would love to be a fly on the wall in their house and just see how competitive they are in every single aspect of their lives.
Popped up, it's going to be playable. Taylor Edwards makes the basket catch. There are now 2 outs, but the inning's not over because Savannah Jaquish is next in line.
One of the best home run hitters to ever come through Athletes Unlimited, and we're seeing why again this season. This one, she blasts a long way over the left field wall. It's a lefty curveball inside. This one, a drop ball in. She drops the barrel, drops the hammer on it, and again blasts that one over the left field wall. Just so impressive the way that she approaches her at-bats every single day. Really simplifies the game in her mind. She's going up there telling herself to hit the yellow thing when it's on its way in there.
No player has ever had a 3-home-run game with Athletes Unlimited. She's got 2 homers. It's only the 4th inning. She is now the all-time leader with Athletes Unlimited in career homers. She now has 15 home runs in 33 career games with Athletes Unlimited. That's against some of the best pitching in the world. 15 homers, basically a homer every other game.
I was going to say, that's a pretty good ratio if you're any hitter, but especially when you're hitting off the top pitchers in the country.
And that hit her hand or the bat. No, it hit the bat. Obviously, Jaquish is swinging a hot bat, but one of the things that Zirkle does well is run. She's never been caught trying to steal a base. Maybe this is an opportunity for her to go. Ball and 2 strikes.
When you've got a ton of speed, like Morgan Zerkle, of course you want to take advantage, try to steal second base, and because of that, Team Eberle is placing Kelsey Harshman at second base, almost planted on top of second base to maybe try to prevent her from even taking off over at first. That defensive positioning.
Down the right field line, hit well, it is off the wall! Zirkle around third, she'll score, and look at Jaquish head over to third. It'll be a 2-out RBI triple for Savannah Jaquish. She missed her 3rd home run of the game by about 3 feet.
The catcher,
Love to watch a Jaquish swing because she truly has power to all fields. We watched those 2 home runs over to the left side. This one is a curveball outside. Look at the extension. She uses her back leg to drive that one down the right field line. Just barely missed from being a home run. Of course, Morgan Zirkle is going to score easily on that triple. Jaquish showing off the wheels too, making it all the way to 3.
11 total bases for Jaquish, and we're only in the 4th inning. Mulipola! Good golly, Miss Molly! Way out of here! Halfway up the ramp towards the freeway! A 2-run homer! Deja Mulipola! What a colossal shot from Mulipola! It's a 9-3 lead for Team Zerkle.
No doubt when that ball left the bat that it did not stand a chance of staying in the yard. 322 feet, that home run just traveled. This is a rise ball up and inside, and she still gets her barrel underneath that pitch up in the zone. So much power when Deja Mulipola swings. Another ball that literally almost landed on the freeway out in center field.
322 feet on that blast by Mulipola. It's the longest homer of the season. Oh my. Here's your Geico leaderboard. Carrie Eberle still atop the leaderboard, but that may change with all of the production from Mulipola, from Jaquish. You see them moving up that leaderboard.
A change in the circle for Team Eberle.
Ball's still there, folks. No one wants to get it. That's like a $10 Uber ride. Gonna get winded trying to track that one down.
That ball went so far, you can even see the direction in which the wind's blowing. It's not giving that ball any help on its way 322 feet. That was raw power off the bat of Deja Mulipola.
How cool must that be for Mulipola? She's in the dugout, and she's just sitting down, taking a cool sip of water, and she can still see her home run ball just glowing over there with the left center field wall.
I'd like to think that maybe her brushing up on her multitasking skills, talking to us in the last inning, helped her hit that ball all that distance. But I love getting the inside look and hearing these players communicate throughout the game, because you could tell that she was talking to her teammates, trying to get the scouting reports on the pitchers, what they were looking at in specific situations, and she clobbered that ball out to center field.
Well, yesterday the combination of Alexander, Cicchetti, Wagner, and Carrie Eberle pitched a shutout. Not so much today. They've already allowed 9 runs, and Carrie Eberle inserts herself into the ball game to try and calm things down.
The one thing we know Carrie Eberle does so well is throw that heavy drop ball. She's going to work it to both sides of the plate. She's going to bring an off speed in there too, but something that she has done consistently throughout this season is roll up a ground ball outs behind her. If you're Team Eberle, you're just doing whatever you can to keep the ball in the yard. Give your defense a chance to make a play.
Garcia's third at bat, third pitcher she's seen. Eberle has received MVP points in both of the games played on Friday and on Saturday. And that a leading league in points, close to 400 through 2 games. And that'll calm things down. She strikes out Garcia, but again, major damage done by Team Zerkle.
It's Team Zerkle striking again with the long ball. Deja Mulipola blasting this one 322 feet. They've got a 6-run lead.
Deja Mulipola, home run early in this 4th inning. It's a 9-3 lead. Team Zerkle over Team Eberle. Let's check in with Key. Michael, Key, what's going on? Who are you with?
I'm with Lara. This is Greta's sister. And I wanted to talk to you about volleyball because you're Italian, but you never played volleyball because you come from Bollate. a place in Italy where it's known for softball.
Yes, I never play any other sport. I only play softball. I started when I was a kid with my sister, and we just play softball for the rest of our lives.
I love that. And you also have an aunt in the family that played softball, just like Lily Piper, who we spoke to earlier, her Aunt Kay. So is that how you guys got into it and interested?
Yes, our aunt used to play softball, and because of her, we started, because she was like a family thing, and so that's how we started.
I love that. And I want to ask you a little bit about Greta. And my first questions are going to be, does she love pizza, pasta, and prosciutto? She's Italian. She must love those things.
Yeah, she likes all these things. She likes ice cream. She likes everything that's Italian.
And when you guys are not talking softball, what do you guys get up to off the court? Off the field, excuse me.
We like staying together a lot. We like go hiking on mountains. Everything. We like just staying together. It's fun for us.
And I love that you're here. You flew in from Italy and you're leaving again next week, so it's just a short trip.
Yeah, so I got here Friday night and I went straight to the field to watch her playing, and I'm leaving Wednesday. Yeah, it's a short time, but I'm happy to be here.
And you said seeing her play was kind of like a dream. Last year she couldn't get her visa in time, so couldn't get here. Now she's here, and you said it feels like a video game watching her out there.
Yes, it feels like a video game because it's so unreal for us to be in here, but I'm so excited to be here. I was shaking like watching her playing last night.
Awesome. Yes. Does anything like this exist in Italy, or is this kind of like the dream for people around the world?
No, that's a dream for Italians, girls, yes. And we don't have something like that. We don't have college, sports in college. We only have clubs, so it's a little bit different for us. But that's real. I hope that's like can inspire other girls to come get at the big league.
Awesome. Grazie mille. I'm so happy that you're part of the AU family, and I hope you have some delicious pizza tonight. Deep dish style.
Ciao a tutti, ciao casa, ciao famiglia. Bye.
Ciao
Go
tutti.
team.
Bye.
Key is like perfect for that job. She is like the most worldly person. She's played professional volleyball over in France and Germany and Italy. She must be happy, happy, happy talking to all these fabulous people that come from all across the world to enjoy this wonderful community.
And how about Greta's sister flying a long way to come out and support her here in Rosemont? First Italian born and raised softball player to play here at Athletes Unlimited.
Ah, she's got the rings. Special summer last year. Erica Piancastelli, Andrea Filler, all members of the Italian national team getting a chance to play in the Olympics over in Tokyo. Here's Jasmine Jackson. That out-recorded a moment ago. The first time today that Victoria Hayward has been retired.
Thought it was interesting too watching Victoria Hayward's at bat. I know throughout this ball game we've talked about how the slappers have gone a lot to swinging away, but Team Eberle was successful earlier in this ball game utilizing the small ball, but in that at bat she swung away every single time, wasn't able to leg out that ground ball to shortstop. But Jasmine Jackson here in this at bat going back to the small ball, can see her feet moving through that batter's box, trying to use that turf to get herself on base.
Right back to Alyssa Denham.
Right idea, using the ground, but she just came around that pitch a bit too much. Alyssa Denham, a very good fielding pitcher too, fielded that one with ease. But she knew she had to hurry and throw that thing over to first base because Jasmine Jackson can really run.
There's been a lot of great pitchers that look like Alyssa Denham. 6 feet tall, long levers. That is a prototypical pitcher's build over the years. First pitch to Flippin actually goes up and in and hits Flippin. That's a +8 for Hannah. Her perfect day continues. 2 singles and now hit with a pitch. 2 outs and a runner on at first. A lot of different ways to score points, and Hannah Flippin usually finds a way to get points every single ball game. Team Eberle, though, in danger of losing a second consecutive inning. They lost the 3rd inning, outscored 4-0, and now they've been outscored 3-0 here in the 4th. Still with time, Mia Davidson is the batter. Davidson's got that cock of the wrists. When the ball comes in, she just loads up big time.
Almost seems like she's got a lot of movement with her before her swing starts, but her swing is so short and compact and quick through the zone. You almost notice that slight pause when that pitch is actually on its way to her, her getting geared up. Hitting's all about your rhythm and your timing, and everybody has their own routine when they step into the box. The other thing we notice too that she does when she hits a foul ball is she flips the bat back to her. Haven't seen that yet today. But because of the power that she has, trying to stay outside. There it is, there's the bat flip. Never drops it.
Nope.
I've never seen her drop the bat.
Oh, back-to-back batters have been hit with pitches by Denham. Unique way to start a rally. That is 8 points the hard way for Davidson. Runners on at first, then at second.
These pitches inside just getting away from Denham. With the power that these batters have, that Hannah Flippen has, that Mia Davidson has, if you're going to throw that pitch inside, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate. You do not want to miss on the plate. And right there, that one just falling out of her hand. 2 runners on board now for Sam Fisher.
If Fisher can run into one here, it would tie the inning. Team Eberle losing by 6, but innings are still super important. Hard, but right to the shortstop. Sydney Romero with one hand. Scoops and steps on the backside, is retired. Another 0 thrown up there by Denham.
Really nice job by Sydney Romero moving up the middle, making this one look so smooth, taking it herself, but Team Zerkle still's got the lead.
I think she's going to be a little late, so I'm going to just play regular with like a open shift this way a little. It's coming right to me, I feel it. This one right here. Zam! That's a good pitch.
I think it's the reason why Kelsey Harshman's playing so well at her opening weekend. She is just so loose and carefree, and she's getting results.
And constant strategies going through her mind too, and you know, I really enjoy talking about the defensive side of things, and you can see her talking to Hannah Flippen, her shortstop, about where she's anticipating the ball ending up. That's how you make those Sports Center top 10 worthy plays, is by anticipating, taking in every single bit of information, what the pitcher's throwing, what speed they're throwing, the swing tendencies too, and that's how Kelsey Harshman's able to cover so much ground over in that second base position.
Carrie Eberle, her first full inning of work, came out of the pen and struck out Rachel Garcia in the 4th. Haley Busby is the batter. Busby an RBI double last time up. That was against Odyssey Alexander. Ton of offense for Team Zerkle today. They already had 9 runs and 11 base hits. That's going to make it through. Off the end of the bat. Single for Busby. Second consecutive hit for the rookie. Well, Mondays mean a brand new week of Athletes Unlimited action. Tomorrow we'll have drafts for both softball and lacrosse starting at 5 Eastern time. Lacrosse will begin play on Thursday for next week, and then we'll have our next week of softball play starting on Friday right back here in Rosemont. Plan your week using auprosports.com. Kaylee Clifton is going to grab a bat. Everyone getting involved here for Team Zerkle. Final day of our first weekend of play. Chance for everyone to get healthy numbers-wise. Clifton now in her 3rd year with Athletes Unlimited. A lot of special players have come out of Oklahoma in the last decade, and Clifton's one of them.
I think Athletes Unlimited's great for so many ways, but also for these players that played together in college to have another opportunity to play together professionally. That's something, talking to these athletes before this season started, that they're always looking forward to getting drafted on the same team as their former teammates.
Could be too. Look at that double play. Carrie Eberle rolls another ground ball double play. That's the 4th twin kill turned behind her so far this season.
You wonder if all these batters are going up to the at-bats thinking, don't hit into a double play. And because they think that, they do exactly that. Eberle's known for working the ball down in the zone, does exactly that, gets that ground ball over to Sam Fisher, fires it over to second, and then immediately over to first base for the 5-4-3 double play.
Eberle has now pitched 6 complete innings. 6 innings in which you could have 1 double play turned behind you. And in 4 of those 6 innings, she's had a double play turned behind her.
And I guarantee the batters are probably thinking, try to get underneath the ball, do not hit a ground ball. And as soon as you start thinking, do not do this, do not hit a ground ball, do not swing at a rise ball, the first thing you're going to do is do exactly that. I know a little bit from experience, me trying to lay off of rise balls. As soon as I say don't swing at it, I am guaranteed to take at least 2 hacks at it.
Filler out in front. Well, Carrie Eberle, she is the captain. She gets a chance to pick her team, and she says defense is uber important to me. You see why.
Yeah,
she needs quick hands, the ability to turn double plays behind her. Gets out of every trouble she's ever in.
And being able to turn those double plays too has a lot to do with the way that Eberle pitches in the circle and her hitting her spots. These players are always watching the catchers to see what pitches are being called. That way they can move in a specific direction. So because of her ability to nail her spots every single time, that's why we see those double plays turn so consistently.
Liner right into the glove of Fiebre. So an unusual 1-2-3 inning for Carrie Eberle. She gives up a single, but then the double play erases Busby, and then a line drive out to end the frame. 9-3 ball game here in Rosemont. Bottom of the 5th inning, a chance for an inning win for Team Eberle. They trail in the game 9-3. We've got our final day of our first weekend, Athletes Unlimited softball. And how about this? We're going to have the WNBA coming your way on Thursday. You got the Sun taking on the Mercury, Thursday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, ESPN2, and the app. It's going to be Diana Taurasi and the Sun. And the Mercury taking on the Sun. The Sun have already clinched a playoff spot. We got a new pitcher coming into the game. Rachel Garcia. She's already been in the game as the DP. Now she will pitch here in the 5th inning.
Well, we already talked about her bat and her wheels, and how about we see her do her thing out there in the circle, and she's going to bring it with some high velocity. She'll throw it in the high 60s, and it's that great curveball, rise ball combination. That is her strength. That's her go-to. She gets great late movement on those pitches.
Tough customer in Kelsey Harshman. Harshman has reached base 5 consecutive times dating back to yesterday.
Number 20, Kaylee Clifton stayed in the game. She's at second base.
Rachel Garcia.
Number 70, Andrea Filler went over from second
UCLA
base.
All-American. One of the best to ever play at UCLA. Folks, you make that statement and it just speaks volumes considering everything that UCLA has meant to the softball world. Getting late in our game, a lot of changes for Team Zerkle. You got Garcia throwing to Mulipola. You got a new right side of the infield. Andrea Filler had been the second baseman. She's now the first baseman. The second baseman is Kaylee Clifton, who came on to hit earlier in this inning. And a new left fielder, Nicole Rangel-Mendez, is out in left. And Rangel-Mendez is going to be challenged. The ball will find you. That's what they say. You come into the game and the ball finds you.
You figured it was going to get hit to one of 3 spots, either left field out to Nicole Rangel-Mendez, second base to Kaylee Clifton, or over to first base where Andrea Filler moved from second base.
Nowhere to hide on the softball diamond. Ball finds you. First time that Harshman has been retired, ending a streak of 5 consecutive times reaching base. Here's Taylor Edwards. Swats this one into the gap, left center field. Possible extra bases for Edwards. Here's the throw, and she's safe. 1-out double for Taylor Edwards.
A really nice aggressive swing by Taylor Edwards in this at-bat. Takes a hack at the first pitch that she sees. Rise ball up in the zone. She gets her barrel to it and immediately head down out of the box, rounds first hard, slides safely into second base. And that double right there is good for 20 points on the leaderboard.
Allison Fiebre. First pro base hit, last time up. Got it off of Alyssa Denham. Solid line drive single. Fiebre from Peachtree City, Georgia. That's the Atlanta area. 3 years a Georgia Bulldog and 2 years in Oklahoma State Cowgirl. And she's hit with that pitch. Of the last 6 batters in the game for Team Eberle, 3 of them have been hit.
You know, that one did not feel good. Rise ball, high velocity, up and in on the hands. But either way, Fibre's gonna take it because that hit by pitch is also good for 8 points.
Kiki Stokes was in the left-handed batter's box. And now an official timeout. Team facilitator Charlotte Morgan making a change. Wow. Kiki Stokes O'Connor was actually already in the left-handed batter's box and is lifted. It's kind of late for a pinch hitter. Looks like DJ Sanders will replace her.
There's a big runner out at second base for Team Eberle.
So the veteran DJ Sanders will get a chance to swing against Rachel Garcia.
Looks like they're trying to get a bit more power up at the plate. We've seen Kiki Stokes O'Connor use that short game, the slap game, throughout tonight's ball game. They decided to bring in a pinch runner, a little bit more speed over at second base too.
It's an important situation right now for Team Eberle. Trying to get some points by winning an inning. If Bayless scores from second base, it'll be an inning win, and every single person on Team Eberle is going to be plus 10.
It's so important in Athletes Unlimited, and I know we stress it all the time, but every little thing matters. Of course you want to win this ball game, but there's something else on the line here in the bottom of the 5th inning. You're at a 6-run deficit, so you want to do whatever you can to climb your way back into this game, but it's those ending points, trying to get those 10 extra points, because you know down the line there's not going to be that much difference from the top spots on the leaderboard when it comes to point value.
And Garcia wanting to keep Team Eberle in check. She doesn't want to give up an earned run. Earned runs are -10 for a pitcher. Sanders with that short, quick swing. Hands are always just a whisker apart.
Yeah, she's somebody that's got that split grip, quick hands. She's looking to get underneath this pitch to drive it out of the yard. We talk a lot about different stances up at the plate, but even different grips on the bat. A lot of times you might see somebody go to a split grip if they want to be shorter through the zone. But for her, I think she gets great whip on that barrel as she swings.
Into right field. fairly deep. Busby surrounds it, makes the catch. Bayless tags him second, goes to third. There are now 2 outs.
A productive out right there for DJ Sanders, just advancing Riley Bayless that extra 60 feet, that much closer to scoring and getting their team those 10 inning points. Immediately tags back, waits on it, and takes off and able to advance easily.
Yeah, you're down 6 runs, maybe tagging up, going from second to third, not that big of a deal. But when you're trying to get 10 points for winning the inning, that's a massive deal. Right to the third baseman, Jaquish. Hayward hit it hard, but to the wrong spot on the diamond.
Victoria Hayward goes back to swinging away in this at-bat against the high-velocity throwing Rachel Garcia. Hits it right on the money, but it goes right to Savannah Jaquish at the hot corner. Team Zerkle still has the lead. We're going to take a look at our Geico defensive plays of the game. And, you know, typically we only go with one, but when you have somebody like Carrie Eberle in the circle rolling up ground ball double plays left and right, we're going to show you a bunch of them. Her infield is really working hard behind them, whether it's hit over to Hannah Flippin at shortstop, hit over to Kelsey Harshman at second base. They continue to do their job, flipping the ball to each other in a hurry and making these perfect throws over to Allison Fiebre playing first base. And even the assist from the dugout, too, with DJ Sanders and Mia Davidson.
What a weapon. What a weapon. Carrie Eberle has played, well, in all 3 games so far this weekend. She's thrown a grand total of 6 full complete innings, and 4 of those 6 innings, she's gotten a double play turn behind her. Standard issue, Flippin. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nicole Rangel Mendez is retired. This inning is worth 20 points. Neither side scored in the 5th inning, so this is a rollover 20-point inning. Carrie Eberle still atop the leaderboard, but there may be changes coming. A lot of offense in today's game for Team Zerkle. Savannah Jaquish, Deja Muli-Pola all putting up massive numbers. Still have another game coming your way. It'll be Team Chittister, Team Ocasio. That'll close the book on week 1. Morgan Zirkle hasn't been retired today. This is life with Athletes Unlimited. Morgan Zirkle has reached base 3 different times today against 3 different pitchers.
Just shows you how good she is at making quick adjustments depending upon who she's facing out in the circle. All these pitchers that she's seen today, too, throwing something completely different at her. I always like to put myself in the mind of a pitcher and how would I go after somebody like Morgan Zirkle. And when she has so many tools, she can bunt, she can slap, she can swing away. That's what makes it so difficult to decide how you're going to throw her. If you just stay on the outside part of the plate, one, we've already seen her go yard that direction, but also she can lay down a slap to the left side of the infield. But if you come inside, then she's got power to that side of the field too. So for Carrie Eberle right here, I think a key is to try to work the ball down in the zone, see if she can get some of those strikes called right at the knees or maybe even just a bit below the knees.
First time today that Zirkle has been retired. It's the first time she struck out so far this season.
Really good moving pitch too. This one starts out at the knees and just continues to work its way down in the zone. Zirkle tried to stay extended, stay long through that swing to make contact with it, but was not able to do it. It's a big time pitch for Carrie Eberle.
Sydney Romero, all 1. It's going to be interesting, that draft tomorrow, to see which players, in the eyes of the other players, impressed. I think it's always so much fun just to see the dynamic of a live draft. You can watch along. But just to see the players, even some players who maybe didn't have great weekends, but still had that respect that they carry over from week to week and get drafted high every week.
I always think, too, there are some veterans that are always drafted pretty high just because of the knowledge that they bring, the scouting reports that they have on some of the other players. I thought it was interesting too, Amanda Chittister for Team Chittister actually was the 4th round until she picked a pitcher because she went all hitters before that, and so far we've seen the long ball a ton from her squad.
On the ground, Fisher! Ranging far to her left, makes the play. Again, Eberle doesn't let the ball leave the infield. She gets a 1-2-3 6th inning. A lot of rounding of the bases so far this afternoon and evening. Savannah Jaquish, man, she's playing a force all by herself. She has got 3 hits, 2 homers, and a triple for every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season. Aspiration planting 10 trees, and man, getting close to 10,000 committed trees across all Athletes Unlimited sports. So much fun to watch Savannah Jaquish. She's gonna have another at bat when we come back for the 7th inning. She's got a chance for the first ever 3-home run game in Athletes Unlimited history.
So impressive what she's been able to do so far this season. And of course these athletes are going out there to get the points, but I feel like a lot of them are going, you know what, I'm gonna try to plant as many trees as possible today, because if we plant a forest, that means we're winning ball games, and then we're getting those win points.
Rachel Garcia still in the ball game, pitching for Team Zerkle. This inning is worth 20 points. Jasmine Jackson batting. If Team Eberle scores just 1 run, everyone on Team Eberle will get 20 points. They're scrapping for anything right now. Team Eberle won the first 2 innings, but then innings 3 and 4 went to Team Zerkle. Off-speed pitch, 1-2 to Jackson.
Steady dose of off-speed pitches to Jasmine Jackson in this at-bat. I believe this is the first at-bat today that Jasmine has stood in there to swing away and not gone to the slab. It seems like Garcia taking full advantage of that and throwing a bunch of changeups.
Jackson flipping Davidson. Batting in the 6th inning against Rachel Garcia. Catch made by Clifton. 1 down. Don't miss your chance. See the excitement for yourself. Unlimited Athletes Unlimited softball right here in Rosemont, Illinois for a 3rd season. Come early on August 6th for the pregame tailgate hosted by Sarah Spain. Live music, food, games, and more. Tickets are available today. auprosports.com/tickets. See Aubrey Leach coming into the building. We've got another game coming your way. Team Chittister and Team Ocasio as we close out week 1. Hannah Flippin is going to be in demand for tomorrow's draft. Swinging a hot bat, playing a great shortstop, and good things are happening to her. Oh my goodness. And a little dying quail down the left field line. It lands on the chalk. It's a single for Hannah. Her perfect day continues.
A couple of bloop singles today for Hannah Flippin, but when you're seeing the ball well, it looks like it's about the size of a beach ball coming in there. This one landing just inside that left field foul line. Good job getting her barrel just enough out in front to bloop that one out for a base hit.
Flippin 3 singles and was hit with a pitch. Maybe a time to run for Flippin. Davidson takes ball 1. Mia Davidson was a 1st-round pick, that rare rookie to be taken in the 1st round of last week's draft. Has she done enough this week to be drafted that high again next week? Going to be interesting. Couldn't commit 68 miles per hour.
Almost like she got caught looking at that changeup the pitch before, and then Garcia goes with the high heater for the next pitch. A little indecisive on that check swing.
$20 points on the line. Potential inning win for Team Eberle. Out number 2, Davidson strikes out. It's the first strikeout for Garcia.
After that changeup, she really tried to work Mia Davidson hard inside. Great locations for those pitches too, because if you're gonna throw inside, if you're gonna challenge Mia Davidson in, it has to be way in. Got her swinging at that one. A great job and great placement by Garcia.
Man, humping it up there. 0-1 to Fisher. Flippin anchored on at first base. Let's see if she sheds the anchor. A lot of spin. Smothered by Romero, and the side is retired. One out single by Flippin goes by the wayside. This next inning is going to be worth 30 points. It is a 9-3 ball game. 7th inning, Team Zerkle, Team Eberle. This inning is worth 30 points to whoever outscores the other. We got another game coming your way immediately following. We've got Team Chittister taking on Team Ocasio to close the book on week 1 of our championship season. Tomorrow, Boston Red Sox going to take on the Houston Astros, beginning a 3-game series down in Houston, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ESPN and the ESPN app. Coverage begins 7 Eastern, 6 Central with baseball tonight. Here comes the mighty Savannah Jaquish. Historic day for her. She has got 11 total bases. She's got 2 homers and a triple. This weekend she's also had 2 singles and a double. 150 stat points, that leads all players, no doubt about it.
She's been so impressive, and of course you can score points in a variety of ways, but the way that she's been able to score points with her bats, her solid at bats, taking really good swings at these pitches, driving them out of the yard, hitting them opposite field for that triple. She continues to show us why she's one of the top hitters in this league.
Jaquish, her 4th at-bat of the game. She has 2 homers and the triple against 3 separate pitchers. First look at Carrie Eberle. Jaquish began the day 26th on the leaderboard, skyrocketing upward. No one has ever hit 3 home runs in an AU game. Three and 1.
I like that call there too, going with the off-speed pitch inside, starting her off, staying on the outside part of the plate with her higher velocity drop balls, and then trying to mix things up, but brings the velocity down on that pitch. A good location and even better take by Jaquish. I feel like if I'm pitching to her, I just would stay on the outside part of the plate. That's why I like, if you're going to change the eye level, at least drop it down in velocity so that if she swings, she's out in front on the inside pitch, and then immediately Carrie Eberle goes back to that hard drop ball outside and gets her to foul it off.
Eberle super careful. She walks Jaquish, so Jaquish's perfect day continues. For a walk, you get +8. Here's Deja Mulipola. Just like Jaquish in front of her, she's had a day.
This is what she did earlier in this ball game off of Odyssey Alexander. It's a rise ball up and inside, driving it 322 feet for 40 points on that swing.
I think everyone at home right now is saying, is this going to be a double play? Well, we're not going to have the double play as Mulipola is hit with a pitch. It's become a bit of an issue. Runners on at first and at second. Nobody out. This is a 30-point inning.
Well, and I think those hit by pitches, too, have become an issue because these pitchers are respecting how much power these batters have, and they know that if they miss that pitch, especially when challenging them inside, if they miss it just a little bit over the plate, these batters are going to take advantage of it. So if they're going to miss, they're going to err on the side of even hitting some of these batters. Luckily, they've all been okay, haven't been hit too solid, but they'll take it with those 8 points walking down the first baseline.
4 batters have been hit with a pitch in our ball game today. Rachel Garcia, she's the first batter to face Eberle twice today. If Team Eberle, if they don't win this 7th inning, it's going to be a disastrous day, points-wise, for a team that had been cruising. Everyone getting points because of all the inning wins and the game wins. They only won the first and the second inning. That's it. Nothing since. Garcia fouls it straight back. Garcia with that big swing coming out of the right-handed batter's box. She's a potential double play ball. Strike 3. Garcia strikes out. 3rd strikeout for Eberle. First out of the 7th inning.
Catchers, of course, I don't think get enough love in the game of softball, but look at the pick that Taylor Edwards just had on that strike 3. The confidence that Carrie Eberle has to be able to throw that pitch down in the dirt, knowing that Taylor Edwards is an absolute wall back behind the plate. Picks that one up for strike 3 and the first out of this inning.
Here's Busby. Busby has the only hit against Eberle today. Top 10. Eberle sits atop 444 points for number 44. Something there, right? Cosmic. Eberle and Busby both played at Oklahoma State, both transferred in to Oklahoma State from ACC schools. Eberle started at Virginia Tech. Busby started at Virginia.
Sometimes having that familiarity you can use as an advantage, but also sometimes I feel like it can make these at-bats even harder because you know that the pitcher out there in the circle knows what you like to hit. They know your weaknesses, so all of those thoughts are going through your mind as a batter when you're facing one of your former teammates.
First 2 swings by Busby, awkward. Oh my goodness, that's 3 in a row just barreling in on her. And she's able to touch it this time, but you see what the game plan is for Eberle.
Throwing those drop balls hard, low and inside. I think she even fouled this one off of her front leg. And right there on the front shin, that one did not feel good. Trying to take advantage of that tall stance that she has. It's going to take her more time to get her barrel underneath those low and inside pitches.
This time way outside. 2-2 to Busby. Busby didn't start the game. Coming off the bench, already 2 hits today. That is a swing and miss, but the ball gets away from the catcher, Edwards.
The second baseman, number 20.
A little bit of
I think
bad
she's
luck.
going to be called out because the runners were on at first and at second. Yes, there wasn't 2 outs, so she's called out. So this is out number 2 on the strikeout.
Yeah, another drop ball down in the zone 2. On the last drop ball down, Taylor Edwards had turned her glove over, was able to make the pick. That one just not able to keep it in front of her. A tough break for Team Eberle.
So Busby strikes out. If there had been a base open at first, she would have been allowed to try and get first and have to be thrown out. But because first base was occupied, she is out. The runners do advance when the ball gets away from Edwards, and so they're now at second and third. Here's Clifton, called strike one to Kaylee. This rally all coming without a base hit. You had the walk, the hit by pitch, and now 2 consecutive strikeouts. Oh my goodness. That doesn't happen very often. How many times did that happen to you, Madison?
Happened once.
Only
I can
once.
think of one time that happened. See where she makes contact on this, off the end of the bat even. End of the bat, and it just snaps it right above the handle.
They don't make them like they used to. Oh, 2 to Clifton. How many options do you think she has? You played pro ball. How many bats do you have?
I had a couple. I had several bats that I would bring with me. Depending on who I was facing in the ball game, I would even change the weight of the bat that I was swinging.
Mid-game.
When I was facing somebody like Monica Abbott, I tried to swing the lightest bat possible because I needed all the help to get my hands on time for those pitches.
Good job by Eberle. Runners on at first and at second. Nobody out, and she strikes out Garcia, Busby, and Clifton. It comes down to this, bottom of the 7th inning. Team Zerkle leading 9-3, but super important. This inning is worth 30 points should Team Eberle score a run. The Unlimited Club provides great benefits, including voting on league decisions, interaction with players, signed items, and more. For more information or to join today, go to auprosports.com. Okay, one of the things that makes Athletes Unlimited so unique, it's a 9-3 game, but so much is still on the line. Kelsey Harshman will battle against Rachel Garcia. If Team Eberle scores a run, it's 30 points for everyone on their roster. If they don't, the tie is going to go to Team Zerkle. Since they were the last team to win an inning, they would get the 30 inning wins for winning innings 5, 6, and 7.
Always something to play for here at Athletes Unlimited. Of course, these athletes for Team Eberle are trying to score as many runs as possible to come out with the team win today. But ultimately, there's still all those inning points, those rollover inning points on the line in the bottom of the 7th. And if you're going to get something started, this is the batter that you want up at the plate. Kelsey Harshman has been red hot so far here in week 1 of this championship season, and she's looking to get things started for her team here.
Garcia pours a strike over. 3rd inning of work for Garcia. Live look at the leaderboard, that's going to change when you have these inning points and the game win decided. MVP points will be added in. 2-1 to Harshman. Off-speed pitch. 2-2. Harshman was retired back in the 5th inning by Garcia. It snapped a streak of 5 consecutive plate appearances in which she had reached safely. Harshman just needs to get on. Off-speed pitch into left field. What a play! Nicole Rangel-Mendez leaving it all out there. what a play. A huge out, number one.
Nicole Rangel-Mendez enters this game. You know she's going to get a couple of fly balls. And how about the read, laying it all out on the line and robs a double from Kelsey Harshman. What a fantastic play by Nicole Rangel-Mendez, and how devastating for Kelsey Harshman. You hit a changeup right on the money, but an even better defensive play is made out in left field.
That is huge. In a 9-3 game, I can't tell you how important that was for Nicole Rangel-Mendez and Team Zerkle. Taylor Edwards. Edwards doubled her last time up. Enormous power for Edwards. Popped up. Foul territory. Oh my goodness, again! A wonderful defensive play. Savannah Jaquish. Leather flying everywhere.
Is there anything Team Zerkle can't do tonight? We've seen balls leave the yard, but how about this defense? Right after that diving play by Nicole Rangel-Mendez, Savannah Jaquish steps up right here, leaps up over the dugout, and snags this one in foul territory. The timing, the athleticism, another phenomenal play by Team Zerkle.
It's just meant to be, clearly, for Team Zerkle. 2 down. Fiebre, the last hope for Team Eberle. Oh my goodness.
Team Eberle had the best view of that foul ball, but I think they were all hoping that Savannah was going to drop it, not catch it.
By playing wonderful defense, Team Zerkle is in a position to win the 30 inning points that are on the line. Mm. 3-1.
Good looking spot outside to Allison Fiebre. That pitch just barely missing outside of the zone.
Five-pitch walk to the rookie Fiebre, and still hope for Team Eberle. We had Kiki Stokes-O'Connor in the on-deck circle, but it looks like it's going to be DJ Sanders. So this will be the second at bat for Sanders. She flied out against Garcia in the 5th inning. She's the last hope for Team Eberle.
Made some pretty solid contact in her last at bat too. Just barely missed with that fly ball out to right field. Looking to try to see if she can square something up just a bit better to get her team those inning points.
Called strike one to Sanders. Oh, and 2 to Sanders. Little liner, and it's out of play. Sanders keeps the game alive. Checks her bat to make sure she didn't break anything.
We have seen that already a couple of times.
Inside, almost hit her. You know what? I think Fiebre, if she's got any chance at all, you got to be running. Get yourself in scoring position. One run would make a massive difference. Even if you lose the game, try to win the inning.
Sometimes being in motion too as a runner can pull defenders out of position. especially the shortstop. If a runner takes off from first base, the shortstop might cheat a couple of steps over towards second and open up that 5-6 hole.
Nine runs, 12 hits for Team Zerkle. Team Eberle 3 runs on 8 hits. They haven't scored since the 2nd inning. Last chance, DJ Sanders. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2. All right, now Fiebre doesn't need to try and steal a base. She's going to be off with the pitch no matter what. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Look at the location of this pitch. Again, does not miss by much, but it's calling for a ball.
Oh my goodness. Off the visor, DJ says.
She's got a smile on her face. She looks to be okay. Garcia comes back with this rise ball inside and just hits off of the visor of that helmet.
Oh my.
So close. I am so glad that she is okay after that foul ball.
We'll do it again. Another 3-2. Great at bat for DJ Sanders against one of the toughest customers in Rachel Garcia. Man, bit of everything, and she works the walk. That's a hard-earned +8 for DJ.
Garcia just continued to work her on the inside part of the plate, both up and down in the zone. Really a couple of close takes inside, but DJ Sanders getting the upper hand and extends this rally for Team Eberle.
Victoria Hayward swings at the first pitch, and it's going to be out number 3. It's a ball game, a win for Team Zerkle. They are going to clean up with inning wins and an overall win, +50 for everyone on Team Zerkle.
Really just a fantastic team win for Team Zerkle, too, stepping it up with the bats, making those incredible defensive plays in the 7th inning. You know that that win has to feel good coming out of week 1, winning 2 games, but a solid performance in this week 2 by Kelsey Harshman. I would not be surprised if she is one of the higher draft picks going into week 2.
You see the leaderboard brought to you by Geico. Right now, the top 4 players are all with Team Eberle because they are 2-0 so far this weekend. But with the loss and the win by Team Zerkle, we're going to see an infusion of points for everyone on Team Zerkle. And Mcquillen and Jaquish and Garcia are going to leapfrog in just a matter of moments up that leaderboard. We still haven't added in the inning win and the game points, but when they get added in, and it's going to be any moment now. Uh-oh, there it is. Look at that, an infusion of points. Carrie Eberle still leads, but Mcquillen and Jaquish are now 2 and 3. Rachel Garcia just outside the top 4. That's the beauty of Athletes Unlimited softball, and we'll have even more beauty in about 20 minutes of time. Our next game of Athletes Unlimited Championship Season softball is going to be right here, ESPN2, in 20 minutes time. Team Chittister taking on Team Ocasio. For Madison Shipman, for Key Michael, and our entire Athletes Unlimited crew, I'm Eric Collins. We will see you soon.